4 streams in one day. I mean, tomorrow there's school, it's not a movie. Next day I can tell you that one. The next day, then you just do. Now, Pet Simulator X is loading, even though I did that stream so long ago. Like, super duper. Okay, so I already know. They're probably like, we already did this stream. Like a while ago. Yeah, we're gonna be doing with Scratch. Yeah, I'm edit transform scale. Dummy. So hold on. Oh, what good enough?
No, you're not gonna use it.
Haha. Hold on, guys. Before we actually start it, I gotta watch this.
Hello.
Hi. What can I do for you?
You know, it'd make my day if I could help you out with something.
You know, it'd make my day if I could help you out with something.
Oh, great. I have a question for you.
Great, I have an answer. What's your question?
I've got one for you. Cheering people on can be really fun. What's your favorite sport?
I wasn't built for sports, but I find them really interesting.
Sorry, that's too
Okay, so scratch coding.
Hello everyone, and welcome.
Shout out to DK Universe. Love his tutorials. Keep up the great work. So we're gonna do is we're gonna save the playlist, and now we're gonna play the playlist on the playlist, but the playlist playing on the playlist, but the playing, but the playing. What?
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to some more Scratch the Game Review Season 2, baby! Let's... Hey everyone, if you're clicking on this video, you already probably know what's going on. But if you don't, let me explain. So, for all of my tutorial videos and all of my devlog videos, from this point in the future, you will be seeing something very similar to this type of scratch on the screen. Basically, I don't
Hello everyone, and welcome.
I use a separate software called Turbo Warp, which runs off of the Scratch engine that I feel is personal.
Nights at Freddy's, real.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the brand new
Welcome to the brand new 2023 How to Make a Five Nights at Freddy's game in Scratch tutorial. Something very similar to is your choice. And type in Turbo Warp Offline Editor. Once that loads up, you're going to choose most likely this top option. If there's something else, scroll until you find Turbo Warp Desktop. Better Offline Editor for Scratch 3. You go ahead and click on that link. This should be what you see, depending on the time of you open it. For me, currently, it is September 2023. It may look different when you do it, but this should generally be what you're seeing. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to hit download and install. I already have it installed. You're going to download it, and then, as you open up your exe, you might get an alert from Windows saying that this is not safe. I promise you, this is highly safe. It is used by several very good creators. You're going to click more info that appears at the bottom of the box that pops up and hit run anyways.
Okay, guys. Check the chat. Come back and more. So if I search this scene, and then I go over to okay, yeah, back to the scene, back to this. Guys, I'm sorry if the quality is way too high. I'm just playing with you. I know it's no. Agree. Next. So I press none of this next. Wow. Okay. Bye. Okay.
2020.
So that was a long conversation.
We have a Mac or a Linux system that does the same thing. I'm not totally sure what to do there, but I'm sure you can figure it out. So congratulations, you loaded it up, and now you're here. But your program doesn't quite look like this yet. I'm going to now go over my settings so you can get what I'm seeing right now on your screen. Give or take a few things. Up here, we're going to click Add-ons.
Hey, you put some Twitter X.
How to make Five Nights at Freddy's game in Scratch tutorial.
Oh, that's wrong.
I feel is personally better. Today I'm going to be going over how to get this and how to customize it in a way that I do it, show you what you can do with it.
Lollipop.
Well, let's get into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up your browser.
I'm just playing with the bum. Add-ons as me.
Your program doesn't quite look like this yet. I'm going to now go over my settings so you can get what I'm seeing right now on your screen. Give or take a few things. This is what you'll be seeing. Okay, you'll be seeing a bunch of special add-ons that you can turn on to change your Scratch experience. I use a very specific set that I enjoy. You'll probably find your own set, but I'm going to show you. Exactly what I use. It seems like there's some new ones, so I'll go over the one. There's a volume slider. There's a volume slider that's really fun. I'm going to do that. Take a look now. There's a little volume slider. Change the volume of your game. Understand? I highly recommend this option. Basically, what this does is that when you grab a square, say you center on this top axis, you don't want to grab the center. With snapping, it will automatically snap to the center and also snap to the sides. If you come back into your add-ons, find your editor snapping, you can snap to object clones, which is what we want to do for this specific example. Some things you'll have to reload for, and some things you don't. This, I will have to reload for. You have a box. Here it is. We have another little box, but I want to connect this point. First of all, you can see we can snap it perfectly right on any side of the box. You can also snap straight to the point. Pixely, perfect. Now let's get into all of the settings that I do. First one is broadcast, which allows you to broadcast your name. So, say you want a broadcast message. You don't want it to be called this. You can go ahead and hit rename message. Message 1 you can rename to maybe message 2. And now there's no message 1 and message 2, you just rename the one that's in. I have catwalk feed, which which all that does, all these header blocks have cats on them. I like to use developer tools, which is a mod made by Griffin. Editor find bar. Adds a find bar to find and jump to scripts. That's this right here. Let's just imagine that I couldn't find the green flag. So I can find, type in, when green flag click, and we'll highlight that block so you can see it. I use this block by name. Little custom code areas. Type in exactly what block you want. Say you want a move block. Place it in just like that. You scroll, jump to custom block definition. On middle clicking the actual block, will highlight your defined. Just drop it. Click this, and it'll add the search bar, so you can search for the variable that you're looking for. Data category tweaks. Separate the list category. I separate the sprite only variables from category. Say you have two variables. We have the for all sprites variable, and you have a variable which is for the sprite only. This will split these apart because you know which one is block. That gives us these icons on our auto hiding block palette. What will happen is when the mouse comes over here, panel will open. Project video record. It adds this button up at the top, which will allow you to record your stage right here. File, drag, run. So to drag images and sounds from the file manager straight into the costume.
Okay, I'm just setting up this before.
Debug is this little thing. This gets a little complicated. Not many people know it can happen, but basically what a debugger does is just tell you what's happening. Say we have a globe thing, like a broadcast, right? And we use it, and it just tell you that that was broadcasted. Next is the pause button. Once you pause your project, project player. If you control and click the green flag, you will unmute the project. You don't have to listen to any of the sounds. Obviously, if you're on a Mac, instead of using control, you use command. Clone counter. Right up here, the numbers that are moving, just tell me where my mouse is on the screen right now. Text color picker. So when you're designing a color, it lets you input the numbers yourself if you know the exact number, the exact color that you want, as well as giving you this if you know the actual text color. Sprite illusion confirmation. I would 100% recommend this. It makes it so that when you hit delete, it will double check and ask you, are you sure you want to delete this? Block count. This has you right up here. Tells you how many blocks are in the file. Onion skin. If you like animating, onion skin is for you. I'd recommend keeping this exactly how it is, so you know how onion skin works. Today we have circle, a perfect circle. I say we want the circle to roll. Right down here, you'll click toggle onion skinning to make a new costume, or in this case it's a backdrop, and then move it. And you'll see that it shows the previous backdrop. Say you want to see these last two, you can come into this little menu right here, and do previous costumes, increase that by 1. We can also set it for next costumes. So we're doing this. We can actually see what costume comes next. Customizable default costume editor icons. What these colors are right here. You fill in outline default. Select stage costume editor. Customizable default costume editor icons. What these colors are right here. You fill in outline default. Select stage colors in the costume editor, which allows you to basically say you want a specific color. You can grab your eyedrop here and you can actually use colors from the stage. Next is the customizable block shape, which I'm sure you've noticed I use. I use 3.0 flat, and that gives me this square of a design, which I like more than the puzzle pieces. Here it is, customizable block colors. I choose colored on black background.
Okay, guys, I'm almost done.
Context menus. That's your black color menus. Colorful. Existing the pink. Variable manager, which adds this tab specifically. For context menus. That's your black color menus. Colorful. Existing the pink. Variable manager, which adds this tab specifically about everything about your variables all the time. Next is search sprites by name, which gives you the search sprite option. You have a lot of sprites, you want to find your player, you just type in player and find the player folder. I use sprite folders. So you have a few sprites. Say these two sprites are for a shop. You can right click one and hit create folder and name it shop things. Add two folder shop things. You open it up, close it, really good sprite management. Block switching. Say you have a greater than symbol, and you realize you are a less than symbol. If you right click it, you'll be able to swap it just like that. I use customizable code area zoom, which allows you to zoom in and out more than you would normally be able to. I use 500, 168.
500, 168, 100.
Customizable new sprite position. When you make a new sprite, it goes somewhere completely random by default. I choose personally to have it go to 0, 0. Remove curve stage border. If you're ever sick of having this curve and you want to put something perfectly in the corner, adding this will get rid of that curve and make it just a square. You have a single block with a controller. Say you want to get the switch faster out, usually you have to do something like this, go along. You hold down your control or command key for unlock, you need to drag that single block. Hide new variables. When you make a new variable, you usually show it up in the corner or where it is. This will just option that gives you, if you feel like a feature will use shift keys.
Okay guys, I gotta turn my TV up because I can barely hear it. So right now I'm setting up. So that's why I'm not even doing it.
You see, you can type in shift. Use your escape key, scroll up. Use your backspace. Hide your delete button, which gets rid of the little X on the sprite to stop you even further from accidentally deleting something. Move costume to top or bottom. You have a lot of costume in there. That's a little annoying. Say you want to move this bottom one to the top, but you have a long list and you want to slowly drag it all the way up. This has this little button. Duplicate a script with the Alt key. You have yourself a script. You want to duplicate it. You hold Alt, drag, gives you a duplicate. Switch variables between for all sprites to sprite only. Say you have a variable like time, which is not for all sprites. You can right click it and click convert to this sprite only. Now you'll see the category and swap it right back. That's personally all I use. You're free to look through these and add more. I'm just saying that if you wanted your scratch to look like my scratch, that's how you do it. That's what I use. So thank you for watching.
Okay.
Hello everyone.
So now we're done.
And welcome to the brand new 2023 How to Make Five Nights at Freddy's Game in Scratch tutorial. This series is going to be split up into 6 parts, and in this first part we are going to be covering the menu screen, including the static overlay, the glitching character, the play button and continue button, the fades, and a night screen display. Before we start, if you want to know how to make your scratch look like this, look like mine, have cool stuff like this, because this is kind of what you're going to be seeing, in the link in the description below, I show a video of how to customize your scratch to look just like this. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to want to do is obviously set up our menu screen. So, what I like to do is come into our backdrops tab and choose an overall background color. I find that a very dark gray works well for me. Usually I set the color to 0, 0, and 10. You just cover up this whole backdrop just like this. Gives us this nice dark gray without quite being black. Because black never really looks good in the long run. You want to try to avoid perfect black.
Well, it's so dark in my room. There's no lights on.
Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add our text to this screen. So select the text icon and set your color to whatever you'd like. Again, I'm not going to use perfect white. I'm actually going to set it to 0090 to give me a slightly gray tint on that one. Now, I'm going to rename this backdrop color.
Five Nights at Uglies.
Screen. You can head back to your play
Menu.
to give me a slightly gray tint on that one. Now, I'm going to rename this backdrop costume menu screen. You can head back to your coding menu. And don't forget to save your project. What we're going to do is we are going to
Five
add
Nights at Uglies. That's what the game's gonna be.
our character to the screen. You can design your character however you want. I'm just going to design mine as the original ugly model. Not original, a little bit upgraded. That we used so long ago. Here he is. So.
Okay, this is I'm a little better at drawing. And now we're gonna do it. We're gonna make his shirt red. But make it 19. And then his skull, which is like no.
I'm actually going to do is we're going to call this sprite title screen other. We can actually go ahead and center him from here, and then we can drag him wherever we'd like on the screen. I'm going to choose right here. It's very important you drag him to wherever you want on the screen because we're going to use that for an easy way to decide the X and Y values later on. We're going to duplicate this costume, or you can make an entirely new one because we need to set the times when he will glitch out of place. I've quickly ran through and made it.
And then he just has a little eyes poking out. He gets more and more bloody each time. And then we're gonna duplicate this. And then his whole body is just gonna be like whited out. The only thing you can see is his smile. And then there's just gonna be blood. And then we can just duplicate this and make his whole body red. No, actually for this one, I'll just delete it. Duplicate, turn that to the bottom. And then we're just gonna delete this smiley face. Bye. And then his eyes.
Three more costumes. I rushed this together for the sake of the tutorial. Obviously, I want you to spend way more time on your designs. We have our normal variation, which I'm going to call this costume normal, and then there are three glitch variations. So I'm going to call it glitch 1, glitch 2, and glitch 3. You don't have to make 3. You can actually make as many as you like. So what we're going to do is right off the bat, we are going to go to our backdrops tab, pull out a when green flag is clicked. Underneath this when green flag, click. We're actually going to come under events and grab a broadcast, make a new broadcast, and name it menu screen. I'm going to capitalize it and put a dash before it because that will make easy to find because this is going to be a very common broadcast that we come back to quite a bit. The reason we're doing this is because you never usually want to call your green flag because you can't call a green flag in the game. Like you can't grab a broadcast and broadcast a green flag. So we're going to avoid using this when green flag click as much as possible. In fact, we're only going to use it about one time. Head back to your character sprite and we're going to do when I receive menu screen. We are acting like this is our green flag. When I receive menu screen, we obviously want to select the location. You see, I had you place him where you wanted him because right off the bat, when you pull out a go to X and Y file, it automatically gives you X and Y that there already at. So if you place them where you want on the screen, you don't even have to mess with these numbers. We are obviously going to want to set the beginning costume. And we want our first costume to just be normal. Of course, we also want the sprite to show. So let's drag out a show so that the sprite can show. Now what we need to do is set up the glitch effect. We're going to come to control and pull out a repeat until empty. You can use repeat until empty loops the same way that forever loops work. These two blocks are actually the same thing as long as you don't put anything inside of this repeat until up in this block. The only difference between the two is that a repeat until is actually easier on your computer to run than a forever loop is. Put a repeat until down.
Nope, forever. Let me just see that out of there.
And then inside of this, you're going to grab a wait point. Go to your operators and pull out a pick random and slap that in there. And now we're going to decide our intervals for how often he's going to glitch. I'm going to set it to 5 to 8 seconds. However, you can be specific and do 5.00 and 8.00 to get very specific decimals to make it feel that much more sporadic and different. Every 5 to 8 seconds, he's going to glitch. So how do we actually set up? Let's set the control and grab a normal repeat. Put that right underneath. Inside of this repeat, we're going to choose how many times he's supposed to glitch. If you don't know an exact number, you can actually just duplicate this pick random and put it in there. Let's say, let's want him to glitch 4 to 9 times. Inside of this, what you're going to do is go to your looks tab, pull out a switch costume to and now, instead of choosing which glitches yourself, you can duplicate your pick random, put it in there, and switch to costumes to however many costumes you have. In my case, it's 4. We do this, and then we go to our control tab, grab a weight, put it underneath, and put another pick random in there, and let's say 0.0. 2 to 0.05. This is going to determine how long it stays on this costume. I want it to glitch really quickly. The higher the number you make these, the slower it will glitch. And then after it's done doing this, make sure under your normal repeat block that you put another switch to costume, switch it back to normal, so that it switches back to almost great. Let's save and take a look. Look at that. There's his glitch, and he's going to do this forever, because that repeat until, when you leave it empty, will actually run forever. It's just easier on your computer. We set up our glitching character. That's actually all there is to it. Let's move on to the next piece of this tutorial, which is going to be our label. Let's make a new spread. What I like to do is come to our backdrop, grab our fill, and eyedrop the background of our menu screen. A new sprite. What I like to do is come to our backdrop, grab our fill, and eyedrop the background of our menu screen. Come back to your play button sprite and make a rectangle with that color. Make sure it doesn't have an outline. Let's zoom in, grab our text option, and I'm going to set this to 0090 because again, using it.
Animatronics do get a bit quirky at night. Do the animatronics really get a bit quirky at
Usually
night?
never a good idea. Only time I use a perfect black is when it's for an outline of a character. So let's type in new game. We are going to have a costume in which the mouse is not touching it, and another costume where the mouse is touching it. So I'm going to call this costume no mouse. I'm going to duplicate this costume, and we're going to call this mouse. Right next to this, I'm going to take the text, and we are going to switch the font to pixel. I'm going to put a lowercase x, again in that 0090 color, and I'm going to drag this right next to the new game. I'm going to line it up with the new game words. It sits right next to it, just like
X.
that. Therefore, when our mouse is touching it, it's going to switch to this sprite. Let's move into that now. First of all, let's name our new game button, New Game Button. Under Events, we're going to grab When I Receive Menu Screen. Inside of this, what we're going to do is obviously decide where it goes. Drag your new game right wherever you want. I'm going to choose right here. Let's have it go there. We drag out and go to X and Y, which again should be the identical, but if it's not, make sure you're just checking these down here to make sure they're equal to the things in the box. Let's have it switch to no mouse. So let's obviously have the button shown.
Switch costume. Mouse.
Now let's set up the ability for
Okay, guys.
if our mouse is
So
touching.
it might be
Come to
done.
control, grab that repeat until inside of this repeat until we are going to grab an if-else statement inside. Come to sensing and grab touching mouse pointer inside this if-then statement.
If then. Pointer, put it in there, then.
What you're going to do is make it say switch to costume mouse. Inside the else statement, you can duplicate the switch costume to block and set it to no mouse. So if it's touching the mouse, we switch the costume to mouse. If it's not touching the mouse, we switch it to not touching the mouse. Let's take a look and see if that works. Alright, it's in the right spot. Let's touch our mouse to the new game mode. Look at that. It works perfectly. In our if-then, touching mouse pointer, if, from the sensing, mouse. We want it to start the night. So we're going to make a broadcast in here, and I'm going to call it Fade. Let's head to our list tab and make a new list, and we are going to call this background info. This list is going to keep track. We're going to call it Fade. Let's head to our list tab and make a new list, and we are going to call this background info. This list is going to keep track of a whole bunch of things that run in the background that the player never really sees. Let's head to our backdrop to set it up. Whenever we have a list like this is when I'll use the green flag again. Because if we're running things under the menu screen, whenever you come to the menu, it's going to reset your whole list. We don't want that to happen. Underneath the when green flag is clicked, we're going to come to our lists tab and we are going to say delete all of background info. Go ahead and right click your green flag click and you can add a comment. That'll make this little box over here. This is really nice for keeping track of things that are going on in your game so that if you come back after a break, you remember what's happening. So I'm going to mark this background info just so I know what it's talking about. The first channel in the list is going to keep track of the fade reason. I'll explain that in a minute.
Guys, I'm just so focused on this.
Add a repeat, and inside of this repeat, we're going to put add.
One more reason.
0 to background info. Since right now we only have one thing that I'm going to be putting into background info. I'm going to set this repeat to 1. That's all you need to do for now. If I show the background info list, and we hit the green flag, you'll see it adds a 0 into channel 1. Let's get back to programming on the game button. Inside of the new game button, and the broadcast fade. However, before that, we need to set our fade reason. Why are we fading? So what we're going to do is in our list tab, we're going to grab a replace item 1. We're going to put that up. Above the broadcast fade. This is because we need to set the reason for the fade before we actually fade. So we know that item 1 of our background info, since we labeled it here, is the fade reason. So we're going to replace fade reason with 1, as we'll make another comment next to this fade background info, since we labeled it here, is the fade reason. So we're going to replace fade reason with 1, as we'll make another comment next to this fade reasons. The first fade reason would be a new game, we have these two pieces of information. And back to your new game button, we need to replace item 1, background info, with something. That just means replacing our fade reason and then describing why the fade reason is. So, we know that our first fade reason is because of a new game, which is equal to 1. We know our new game and set it to 1. Now it's saying that our fade reason is new game. And it'll broadcast fade. Let's make a new sprite for the actual thing. I'm going to use the same dark gray that I used for the background. I'm going to call this
0, 0, 10.
sprite fade. I'm also going to call the costume normal fade. Let's start programming in fade. When the menu screen is clicked, fade shouldn't even be here. So we'll have it do is come
Okay, guys. So files, save as, downloads, format to ugly. Bye guys.